Now it's Walton hucking inside. Cross-court heave to Harder in the near side corner. Inside dish to Sullivan. Sullivan picks up her dribble, feeds inside. Thomas can't get the roll. Huskies take over. Steins up ahead. Washington pushing pace. Another beautiful cut. This time it's Ledeen from the far corner. She slashed inside for the easy layup. 53-35 Washington.
Simple backdoor cut. Nobody home for Northwestern.
Sullivan to Walton. Walton lobs up a shot, gets it to go. A friendly roll for Zamaya Walton. She's got 7 on the day. 53-37, 7 minutes, 50 seconds to go in this third quarter. Northwestern hanging tough despite Washington's shooting. Steins drove right past Taylor Thomas, put up a shot. It was no good, but foul by Thomas.
Just a speed mismatch that time between the two, because what Steins is able to do, she's able to put the ball on the floor and gets Thomas off balance. As soon as she gets to the left and crosses it back to the right hand, and Thomas was way out of position. She had her hips wide open and had to get back in a defensive position, and ultimately got the foul call on her.
So cue up Hannah Steins at the free throw line. Just 7 free throw attempts all season, none in her last 7 games. So a seldom appearance for Hannah Steins at the charity stripe. She's 3 of 7 in those attempts this year, and she's a player that her teammates in preseason media days, Savia Sellers praised her IQ. Ledeen called her a silent assassin on the court.
And she has been tonight. We've seen it with her ability to score the basketball a little bit with the three-pointer made, but also her ability to just pass and keep the ball moving. Leads the team with 3 assists so far tonight.
We mentioned Sellers hitting the 1,000-point mark. Steins working her way towards that number, past the 900-point threshold earlier tonight with her first made basket. She sinks both free throws, so score sits at 55-37 in favor of the Huskies. Now a full court press from Washington. Northwestern solves it, finds Sullivan underneath for an easy 2 points. Washington tries to throw a different look. Northwestern decodes that puzzle. 55-39. Sellers gets some space from Walton, puts up a jump shot, can't get it to go. Rebounded by Sullivan, gives off to Lau. Lau pushing the pace. Lau gets the screen from Sullivan. Now inside to Sullivan, pass out to Walton. Walton from deep, rattles away, rebounded by Grabowskaia. Washington the other way, has some numbers in transition. Ledeen will stop, and Steins now with the left. Washington will reset. Northwestern's coaching staff wanted a travel on that initial surge. Now Ledeen working with her left, can't get it to go, but rebounded by Grabowskaia, outside to Sellers. Sellers can't get the 3 to go. Washington has cooled off from deep early in the half. Another offensive board, though. It was Howell putting it up, and a foul is called. Shot was no good, but extra possessions for the Huskies. In the first half, it was made threes. The second half, so far, it's been extra possessions.
Yeah, it's those offensive rebounds that are just killer right now for Northwestern. Washington using its bigger size. That time, I mean, it's Ledeen working against Zamaya Walton. Ledeen listed at 5'11". Plays probably a little bigger and stronger than that. Walton just 5'7" and probably a tad shorter than that as well. That's a serious mismatch. She makes the first. Then Grabowskaia inside working on Sullivan. That's a little bit of a height mismatch as well.
Ledeen cans both free throws, so extend the lead out to 18 points with 6 minutes and 40 seconds in this third quarter. Walton over to Angelina Hodgins, freshly checked into the game. Lau cross-court pass to Walton. Walton for 3 again. This time it's true. Zamaya Walton has got double digits. 10 points for Zamaya. Lead cut to 15. Sellers has space. She'll take a 3 for Washington. Bingo! Sellers has 17. Wasn't long that Washington went cold from 3. Sellers right back on that horse. Lead back up to 18. Northwestern's offense set to take over the 20-yard line. 3 defensive linemen on the line of scrimmage for Nebraska. Northwestern will start things off with a run, met in the backfield, but then breaking a tackle and diving forward for a gain of 1 on the play is Joe Hyman.
Yeah, nice job by Hyman to get away from first contact that was behind him. off toward the right side of where he picked up the football and then just lunging forward. That's something that you have to understand as a running back. Sometimes you just have to put your body on the line, put your body on the ground, and just try and pick up that extra yard. A positive play on first down.
13 minutes to go in this fourth quarter. Two receivers to Stone's right, one to the left. Tight end on the field for the Cats as well. Stone takes the snap. Looking down the middle of the field. He'll throw deep. Incomplete. That ball just came up short, but a flag on the play targeting Elegon. And in coverage, it looks like they'll get Andrew Marshall. He's trying to plead his case with the referees, but I think this will be either defensive holding or pass interference against the Huskers.
I mean, earlier in this football game, it is exactly a 15-yard penalty, pass interference. Earlier in this football game, though, we saw a lot of coverage on the near side of the field between a Northwestern wide receiver and a Nebraska defensive back that was not called. This, I think, was less intense hand-to-hand contact. There was a little bit more body contact, but Elegon kind of just fell down. There wasn't a ton there. It feels like from a consistency standpoint, the officiating today has been a little bit all over the place.
Fourth penalty of the game for Nebraska, totaling 39 yards in damages. Gives Northwestern a fresh set of downs at their own 36-yard line. Receiver in motion, now the handoff to Komalafe, trending to the right side, meets a tackler in a physical play that time. Donovan Jones at the point of attack met the 210-pound Komalafe and dragged him to the ground for no gain.
Yeah, it's so tough. Northwestern, it's very clear what the game plan is. It's let's try and draw the clock down a little bit. Let's try and, get some offensive momentum and then maybe look for the play action game for those big explosive passes. But this Northwestern team is really unable to run the ball effectively right now. This Nebraska defense understands it has to get to the football.
Komalafe now will be behind Stone in pistol. Two receivers on the left. Tight end attached to the formation. Northwestern looking to throw on second and long. Stone drops back, sails out of the pocket due to some pressure, trying to relocate and improvise. Throw down to the right sideline. They'll rule that a catch. It was Elegon making his way back to the ball just short of the line to gain. But a really nice play under pressure by Stone to find Elegon, who worked his way back to the quarterback. That's how they teach it.
Oh, that is so impressive. Stone, great job improvising, rolling out deep all the way back toward the 30-yard line, right by the numbers on the far side of the field, and then moving right, throwing to his right. Elegon came back to the football, and now a huge third down here, 3rd and 2 from the 44.
A wishbone formation for Northwestern, two backs on either side of Stone and a running back behind him. Northwestern goes heavy. They'll give to Komalafe. He goes forward, and he's got room down the sideline. There's no one left to beat. Komalafe high-stepping, 20-10, touchdown, Northwestern. Northwestern now has scored 13 unanswered, and Adam, you have to imagine they're going to keep the offense on the field and try and knot this game up at 21. Komalafe dodged the initial surge of tacklers, broke it to the far side of the field, and had nobody to beat. What a play by the Wildcats.
His second 2 rushing touchdown game of the season, ties a career high that he had against ULM earlier in the campaign. Goes 56 yards to the house, the 4th 40-plus yard rush for Northwestern this season. That's the second most in the Big Ten.
And now a crucial play. Northwestern will indeed keep the offense out for the 2-point conversion. Hyman enters the game for Komalafe, catching his breath, but he'll motion out as a receiver. 4 receivers on the right side of the formation. Hayden Elegon on the near side. On the left side of the formation, it forces 5 Nebraska defensive backs out, so a light box for Stone. Now one more comes back in. They bring some heat. A slant to Elegon. He's got it. The one receiver on the left side of the formation able to come down with the ball from Stone, who is fired up heading back to the Northwestern sideline. And Adam, it didn't take that much time, just about 12 minutes of game time for Northwestern to make up a 15-point deficit, and we're all knotted up at 21. We talked about these teams. They usually play in some close games, so even when it was a 15-point game, felt like Northwestern had a chance to come back, but wow, they stormed back into this contest. All tied at 0. We enter the 3rd inning here at Pat Bale Field, and thus far in the battle of bitter v. hitter, it's been all bitter so far. I like that. He's got 4 strikeouts through 2 with Hirayama, DeFazio, and Ellis, the leadoff hitter, due up here in the 3rd inning. We saw Hunter Hirayama make his summer debut yesterday as a pinch hitter, went 0 for 1.
Had some nice plays in the field at second base where he's playing today. Hirayama, St. Mary's. Only 3 at-bats this past year after not playing in 2024. So, chance for some live at-bats. First time in a while. Takes the first pitch, breaking ball. Another first pitch strike for Bitter. You know, Kyle, I love talking about summer league teams and fun names. Summer 2022, played with the Portland Pickles. 14 at-bats with the Pickles.
You got to it before I could. I was right behind you, Ethan.
Another strike from Bitter, who just continues to throw hard and throw accurately. 0-2 spiked into the dirt, blocked by Winchell.
It's worth noting, Bitter still in the transfer portal. We've talked a few times about how important this summer is for a lot of these players. It's an audition for, maybe you want to go up a division or you're looking for a school. And so it takes on all of these at-bats, all of these innings take on a lot of importance. And you got to believe that Bitter has really improved his stock.
1-2 pitch. Froze Hirayama. Strike 3 looking. Number 5 on the day for Jaden Bitter, who continues to roll along in this ballgame.
You should note, he really struggled this spring at Ball State. A 10 ERA in 18 innings, which is almost unfathomable. I think we take for granted that Bitter can look like this, but he has really turned it up this summer. Entered today with 38 strikeouts in just 27 2/3 innings. And as you mentioned, he's got 5 already today.
Brings up Nico DeFazio, another first pitch strike, like clockwork at this point. And you mentioned him still being in the transfer portal. Down and slow, I got to talk with Dan Mills, who was talking about the college scouting and the recruitment process for the summer. And I was asking him as DeFazio taps one foul. So once again, Bitter is ahead. I was asking him, have there been college scouts at Pat Bale Field? And he was like, are you kidding me? Yeah, there's been college scouts at Pat Bale Field. So you never know who's in attendance today watching Jaden Bitter or even watching our broadcast. I hope they're tuned in after the fact to the Synergy cameras that have a better angle on what Bitter's actually been doing. But have to imagine Bitter's raised his stock this summer. Now the 0-2 pitch. Another foul ball. DeFazio stays alive. Feels like every at-bat, Bitter's been getting ahead with first pitch strikes and then either 0-2 or 1-2 counts.
He's just really not giving in to guys with 2 strikes. Very few fastballs with 2 strikes. So you're seeing a lot of those swings out in front. Really sets him up for the fastball here if he wants to use it.
He'll try the 0-2 once again. Kicks and delivers.
There it is.
Strike 3, this time swinging. First time through the order for Jaden Bitter. 6 strikeouts, 2 groundouts, and a double. He's been sharp on the mound. With that strikeout, he ties for the CCL league lead with A.J. Crawdads of Santa Barbara.
Designated hitter number
With
2,
one more,
Ryan Ellis.
He'll be alone atop those standings. Kind of unfathomable that this guy wasn't an all-star, Kyle.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think he's too bitter, if you will, about it. Not with the way he's performing today.
I think it was certainly an oversight by the all-star choosing committee. The rare first pitch ball from Bitter to Ellis, the one guy who's been able to get a hold of him so far, took the first pitch of this ball game out to right center for a double.
Oh, and that's the first pitch ball, the second time through the lineup for Bitter. That's how good he's been.
He's retired 8 in a row since facing Ellis in the top of the first. Gets right back to form with a strike to even the count at 1-1. And so far, other than Bitter and Brendan O'Sullivan, most of the Merchants fielders have just kind of had to stand there twiddling their thumbs, watching all these strikeouts. 1-1. Veers inside.
You saw a 12 strikeout performance from Ryan Featherston, I believe, out in San Luis Obispo. How does what you're seeing from Bitter compare to that?
It's similar. And if TC Fairfield is willing to let Bitter go, he could see something in the double digits in that strikeout total today. Is now the 2-1. Tapped over to O'Sullivan, the second baseman, who throws over for the third out of the inning. Another 1-2-3 for Jaden Bitter, who is rocking and rolling on the mound for the Merchants. We'll head to the bottom of the third.